Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Birushana, Rising Flower of Genpei, along Benkei Musashibo's route. We have learned how to control the power of turning our eyes gold and becoming super strong and glowy. And even before that, we learned how to suck people's spirit out of them so we can turn it into our own strength and heal our wounds. But I don't think we want to use that one too much, if at all. It makes us feel inhuman, apparently. We've only done it to Tomomori so far, though, who, we don't like in this route. Or at least, she doesn't like him in this route. But for now, let's jump back into the story. I feel so bad that, my friends are still stuck out there in this war. On my behalf, I feel like. And we haven't seen them since I was rescued. Benkei just took me straight here without even telling them that I was fine. So yeah, you can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. It felt fine, but didn't want to push Benkei too hard. Okay, let's call it a day.
Very good.
For some reason, Benkei smiled in relief. Am I pushing him a little too hard after all? We decided to sit down and chat about the situation in Kyoto. I was spending most of my time at Kurama, but Benkei often went down to the city of Kyoto to run errands for us. I guess we are close to Kyoto then. Then why haven't I seen everybody else? He said he would let me know if anything unusual was happening, but he rarely talked about the situation in the capital. I had heard that with the arrival of Yoshinaka Minamoto and his men, the city officially changed hands from Heikei to Genji. I had also heard that Emperor Go Shirakawa, who was under house arrest by the Heikei, also managed to escape in the confusion. Where did he go off to? It's hard to believe, but the Heikei really are gone, aren't they? For as long as I could remember, the Heikei had always ruled Kyoto with an iron fist. Never did I think they would fall so quickly. But finally, the Heikei had been defeated, and the Genji had been restored to Kyoto. When I thought about it, I felt deeply moved. In spite of the fact that I barely had any hand in any of this. Have you noticed any unusual activity in the town? Any sudden problems? How are the supplies holding up?
No, nothing really comes to mind.
I see. That's good to know. I'm glad the situation is settling down now. Until now, the people have had to suffer under the tyranny of the Heikei.
Yes.
It's a good thing the Genji came out after all. It was also my brother's desire to liberate Kyoto from the Heikei. Sir Yoshinaka beat him to it, but as long as the people can live in peace, I don't see a problem. My wish was for this world to be at peace. I don't care who controls Kyoto, as long as they're just and care for their people. The Heikei, who have been tormenting the people for ages, have finally left. From now on, the Genji would protect the capital. Now, Kyoto will be a much better place to live than before.
By the way, my lord, is there anything you need? I'd be happy to get it for you from the capital.
Bring me the boys! I miss you guys joking around and being adorable with each other. I'm fine. Lord Kakanichi has been taking good care of me. Reading books, chanting sutras, training with the sword, it's the same as it was before I left Kyoto. I used to feel cramped living up here, but now that the Heikei are gone, I feel totally at peace.
I see. I'm very glad to hear that. You've been through a great deal up till now.
That's true.
What do you think? Why not just stay here? There's no need to go back to Yoritomo's army, is there?
Is there something you're not telling me, Benkei? What?
Originally, you had to leave Kurama because you were spotted by the Heikei, but the threat of the Heikei is gone now. Why not leave the war behind and return to your peaceful life at Mount Kurama?
What do you mean leave the war behind? You mean the war is still going on? That's...
What reason is there for you to fight anymore, my lord?
I don't know. You mean because the world is at peace? I suppose that is true, but... I had never thought of that. He had a point. I was taken aback by his sudden suggestion, but it was certainly something to think about. The oath I swore to Hiraizumi was not for the restoration of the Genji, but rather to aid the suffering people of the world. If the world is at peace, perhaps there was no reason for me to fight after all. And yet, could I really do that? What is there to fight right now? Is there even an army? Wouldn't it have been disbanded at this point? Is somebody else expanding lands at the moment? Sensing my confusion and inability to reply, Benkei smiled and stood up.
You fought well, my lord, but perhaps you don't have to fight anymore. Please at least consider it.
Benkei, where are you going?
I have some business to attend to in the town, so I'm going to head back to Kyoto.
You've been going back and forth from here in Kyoto a lot recently. Just remember, I'm here to help if you need me. Just what is going on here? This is weird. And what are you hiding, Benkei? I really don't trust this.
No. It's just a personal matter. It's nothing to trouble you, my lord. Please rest at ease.
Well, all right.
But please, sir, don't overdo it while I'm gone. You still aren't fully recovered yet.
I know. I promise, I'll be careful.
Good. Well then.
Benkei bowed and headed toward the trail that led down the mountain. Suspicious. Night. I laid down in the quiet room inside. The words that Benkei had said to me earlier continued to run through my head. To live peacefully here at Kurama. I used to think that such a thing couldn't happen. But now, with the threat of the Heikei gone, maybe it was possible. To live here, as we did in the past under Lord Kakunichi, with Shungen and Benkei. I've already forgotten Shungen for a while here. To live away from the war, without the Genji name. To live a quiet life. And with the Heikei gone, I won't have to pretend to be a boy any longer, will I? My heart leapt with joy. To rid myself of that lie. My heart filled with anticipation at the thought of it. If I could live however I wanted, how would I live? I closed my eyes and let my imagination run wild with the possibilities. I thought of throwing away this mask I'd been forced to wear and thought of living as a normal woman. You'll get married to Benkei, have 2.5 children, live peacefully, do some farming, and if I did that, I could have a family. See, we're thinking about it already. I was somewhat surprised that such a thought came to me. Up till now, I've always been forced to live as something I'm not, and in that way, family was always out of the question. But I don't have to think that way anymore. I can have hopes and dreams just like everyone else. Having lived my whole life, not knowing the warmth of family, it was the most distant and unreachable happiness I could think of. If that came true, if I could have a family of my own. You can. Am I imagining it now? Wah! A piggyback ride! It's so high up here! You sure are strong, mister.
You two are light. I think we could even go for a little run like this.
Yeah, we're thinking about kids with Benkei. Benkei's face and the fatherly, dependable smile he wore on that day when playing with the children appeared in my mind. The natural choice. And that warm, friendly smile turned to face me. What am I thinking? Blushing over here. I don't even know what Benkei thinks of me. How could I be thinking things like this? You could order him to marry you. More than that, I don't even know how I feel about him. I mean, of course I care about him, but... the more I thought about it, the hotter my face became. I think that answers your own question. What am I thinking? My skin was burning, and I felt uncomfortable. I pushed myself out of the bed to get some air, and then I ran right into him. I heard a noise that instantly brought me back to the present. I focused my attention on the noises coming from outside the room. Who goes there? Lord Yoshitsune, it's me. Takasuna! It's about time one of you guys came, although I'm surprised it's you. Out of everybody. Is that Takasuna? Oh, it's you! It's really you! Takasuna! Why are you... Are you sure you're okay to stand? I heard you were recuperating from a terrible injury. One so bad you weren't even able to move. I'm fine. Where on earth did you hear that? But first, what's with you? Oh no. Did Benkei tell everybody I was gravely injured and nobody can come visit me because I'm on the brink of death? He's just monopolizing me. You're armed to the teeth, and your clothes and armor are all torn apart. Oh, I feel so bad. That's right, we've been in a terrible battle. We finally beat Yoshinaka's army and liberated Kyoto just hours ago. What? You did what? Benkei, you've been lying to me. What? Are you saying my brother has attacked his own cousin and invaded Kyoto? And Benkei has been lying to me about it? Why would you do such a thing? Haven't you heard about what's been going on in Kyoto? No. After driving out the Heike and entering the capital of Kyoto, Yoshinaka's army has been rampaging their way through the city. I had a bad feeling about that. Especially since we hadn't heard of this guy previously. Are you saying that Lord Yoshinaka's arrival didn't bring peace to the city? The opposite, in fact. Yoshinaka's army was looting and destroying everything. It made life terrible for the people there. The devastation was so appalling that Emperor Go-Shirakawa ordered Lord Yoritomo to overthrow Lord Yoshinaka. I wonder if he would have done it if it wasn't ordered. We came from Kamakura as soon as we received word from His Highness. Shungen, Tsukunobu, and the others were in Kyoto. They were helping us from the inside. That's not at all what Benkei told me. He told me that the people of Kyoto were prospering under Lord Yoshinaka. No! I quickly dressed myself, grabbed my sword, and took off for Kyoto. Where are you going, Lord Yoshitsune? I've got to see it with my own eyes. Be careful. There might be remnants of Yoshinaka's army in the city. Come with me. I shook off Takasuna's voice and sped down the dark mountain road. Why couldn't I say something to Takunichi? Say bye at least. Let him know I was going. And why isn't Takasuna following me? Is he staying back there, or is he gonna let him know for me? All the people of Kyoto were suffering while I was living comfortably here in Kurama? What's wrong with me? Well, you didn't know. There's nothing you could do about that. Why would Benkei lie to me? He wanted to protect you. Don't be blind. The city of Kyoto was devastated beyond recognition. Soldiers were scattered on the ground, bleeding. Black smoke billowed. Destroyed houses engulfed in illuminating flame. Run! Yoshinaka's army is here! Run! What? I thought they were gone now. Please stop! This is our house! This is all we have! What? They're back again! Or there's still remnants, like he said.
Shut up. If you don't want to get killed, stay back. Or have you forgotten the favor we did you when we drove the Heike out? We've been defeated by Lord Yoritomo, but there's no way I'm leaving Kyoto empty-handed, so hand over what you've got. No! Oh no! Please! Somebody help us! I'll save you. Those jerks! Is that what Yoshinaka's soldiers are like? They're no different than the Heike. And just what has Yoshinaka's army done for us? Your rampaging has caused us nothing but trouble. Yeah, that's right. We would have been better off with the Heike. What did you just say to me? You're trying to make me feel bad. No point in keeping ungrateful pigs like you around. Eek! Somebody help! Huh? Wait! Ugh! Did he see me? Benkei! What the heck?
You are part of the Yoshinaka army, you traitor!
That's right, but my loyalty lies to the people of the city. I won't allow you monsters to hurt anyone else. Yoshinaka's army is finished. Do not pile on any more misdeeds than you already have. Leave gracefully, or I will cut you down.
You gotta be kidding me! They're gonna attack this big guy?
Yeah!
Well, you guys have never seen him fight a group. Benkei! After defeating the Yoshinaka soldiers, Benkei made eye contact with me. His face was heavy with guilt. That's right. You better look guilty.
My lord, you've come to Kyoto.
Benkei, what the hell is going on here? Why is Kyoto on fire? Why did you hide all this from me?
I'm sorry.
I don't want you to apologize. I want you to tell me why you lied to me, Benkei. That's obvious enough. I guess I should just punish him by making him say it out loud. Why didn't you tell me the truth? Why did you look at me with such a pained face when you saw me here? More than frustration, confusion clutched at me. Excuse me. Are you two alright?
Yes, we're fine. It's just a personal matter. More importantly, are you two hurt?
Yes. Oh, what? I think they mean no. All thanks to you. How can we ever repay you, Lord Benkei?
There is no need to thank me, but it isn't safe for you to remain here. The fire may soon spread this way.
I see. Then I guess we'll have no choice but to leave our home behind and hope for the best. I'm sorry, my love.
I know this is difficult, but as long as you both escape with your lives, you can start over. Everyone is evacuated to the edge of town. I'll accompany you there in case we run into more of Yoshinaka's army.
Thank you. Thank you for everything you've done for us.
Let's get out of here first. We can talk after we get them to safety.
All right. Don't think I'm gonna let this go. We took the couple to the outskirts of the city, where many of the townspeople were taking refuge in the shadows. The
fire won't reach this far, and we defeat most of Yoshinaka's army. I know it's hard, but please be patient.
Why did this have to happen to us? I thought that with the Heikei gone, we could finally live in peace. But thanks to Lord Benkei, our lives were spared. We all just have to work together to rebuild. Right. As long as we've got ourselves, we can always rebuild. Thank you, Lord Benkei. One by one, they all expressed their gratitude to him. Benkei, did you gather all these people here? The couple you were talking to spoke as if they knew you. Yes, Lord Benkei has been protecting us from Yoshinaka's army all this time. This time, too. When he heard that Yoritomo's army planned to attack, he told everyone in town and led us all to safety.
No, your words are far too much. I couldn't stop Lord Yoshinaka's abuses or battle against Lord Yoritomo. All I could do was try to reduce the collateral damage.
Still, there are many of us who live because of your actions. Thank you. We parted ways with them and headed back toward the deserted town. The houses were in disrepair, but there were few townspeople.
We evacuated most of them before Yoritomo's army could invade. They have their lives, yes, but rebuilding from this will be a very long, hard road. It was the best I could do.
Well, you could have told me and I might have been able to help. Benkei, this whole time you were hiding all this from me. You were helping the people of Kyoto?
That's right.
Why? You didn't have to do this alone? While you were working so hard protecting people, I was relaxing up at Kurama. Do you know how terrible that makes me feel?
My lord.
I wanted you to tell me the truth. I could have worked hard with you to protect everyone. You didn't have to do this alone.
I knew you would say that. But that's why I knew I couldn't tell you. I didn't want to cause you any more pain. The brutality of Yoshinaka's army after entering Kyoto was fierce. Originally, I joined Yoshinaka's army in order to save your life. But after you escaped, I left the army and ran around trying to keep them at bay. When the Emperor ordered the expulsion of Yoshinaka, a messenger from Yoritomo's army came and told us of his plan to invade. Shungen, the Sato brothers, and the others returned to Yoritomo's army, well aware that we alone could not defeat Yoshinaka. It's not just Yoshinaka. There are reports that the Heikei are once again gathering strength and plan to retake Kyoto.
Is Yoshinaka gonna join with the Heikei?
Yoritomo's army was scrambling under the radar to counter them both. I stayed in the town and made arrangements to mitigate the damage to the people.
But I could have been helping all this time! And what must my brother have been thinking of this? My absence in all this? Why did no one ever come to see me?
I told them you were injured when you were captured by the Heikei, and that you were still recuperating.
That's no reason for them to stay away. But still, I knew he would try to monopolize me and keep everybody else away.
But if you're here, that means...
Takasuna came to see me. He told me everything.
I see.
Benkei looked at me painfully.
I should have never lied to you, my lord. I didn't want you to have to fight anymore.
What do you mean?
I saw your tears. The night when you were weeping in the river, crying out with all your heart and soul.
That was just because of Tomomori. That wasn't because of other fighting. I can deal with war.
I'll never forget that sight, my lord. It haunts me to this very day. I knew that when I held you in these arms, no matter how strong you are, you're still only human.
Benkei reached out his hands. His warm, large palms cupped my shoulders.
Before you were a child of Genji, you were just a sweet little girl like any other. How much weight have these shoulders of yours already had to bear? I thought I knew what I was doing, but I didn't think things through.
Benkei.
I don't want you to have to fight like that anymore. I don't want to see you hurt and trembling like that ever again. I was hoping that you could stay away from the war and live peacefully in Kurama, your home.
His eyes filled with sorrow, stared directly at me. Benkei. Haha, classic Benkei, honest to a fault. You're not able to get anything past your lord, are you? Well, he proved you wrong.
It's not my nature to hide things.
No, but when you really feel like you gotta, apparently you can. After all, he told me it's not his nature to hide things. Everything he did because he was thinking of me. I could feel Benkei's heartache. He had accepted and supported me through everything thus far. You lied to protect me. You bottled your guilt, hiding it from everyone. All for me? Just the thought of it made my chest tighten. Benkei, I'm glad you feel the way you do. The fact that you care so much about me. I don't think I ever met anyone who cares about me so strongly and deeply. I don't know, Shungen probably does.
My lord.
But that's exactly why... I placed my hands over Benkei's and gently squeezed them. That's exactly why I can't just run away.
But...
You should have seen this coming, Benkei. You should have known. I would not have been happy learning that you kept this all from me. I was thinking about all this too. I thought that maybe I could live a warm, normal, quiet life. I even had a dream that I could build a family with you. Although I didn't say that out loud. But I cut off my words and looked around. The city of Kyoto ravaged by the tyranny of the powerful and burned by the flames of war. Looking at the state of things, I realized that it would only ever be a fleeting dream. I'm standing up now, so we never have to see a scene like this one again. If only it were that easy. A world where the weak are oppressed by the powerful. A world where the smiles of the children are stolen. A world like that is wrong, and I'll spare nothing to right these wrongs. I will use these hands, this sword, and the blood of my father, the blood of the Genji, to achieve that goal.
My lord.
That is my fate, and you have sworn to go with me as far as you can, right? Are you regretting your words? I told you before, your Seigen was the same as mine. And that shared wish has always guided and encouraged me. You have always believed in me. Even when I couldn't believe in myself, you were always by my side. Benkei, I want to be the person you believe I am.
My lord.
Benkei, I want us to face our destiny together, to walk together, fight together, and to make our dream come true together. We can do it, because what's in our hearts is the same. Isn't that right, Benkei Musashibo?
Exactly, my lord.
I lost my way, and it led you to suffer. I'm sorry for that. But I'm okay now, and I won't ever lose sight of our goals again. My desire is to protect the people I care about, the people I love, and that will never, ever change. So I'm okay. No matter how hard it gets, I won't get lost again. I promise. But remember, Benkei, I do not live to be protected. I live to protect. That's who your lord is. And I want to protect you just as much as you want to protect me.
My lord. I've been foolish. I was trying to make you happy, but I wasn't thinking about what you wanted. You are not just some girl who needs to be protected.
That's right. In fact, I kicked your butt.
You have struggled through the darkness, only to come out the other side kinder and stronger than you were before. And I will always be drawn to you for that, drawn to your beautiful spirit.
Benkei kneeled and looked up at me.
You have told me that we should aim for the same future together, and you have chosen me to be your companion on your path. I have never known such joy.
And I have to stop right there because, again, I have company. These people never tell me what's going on. They just show up. So sorry about that. Yeah, my new setup is currently in the living room, so it's not like I have my stuff in some corner, nice quiet place in the house or something. It's in a public area. But it's better for everything besides recording. Anyway, I hope to see you in that next video or some of my other ones. And I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.